You know what drives me absolutely crazy? Watching people dumping money into the stock market and Bitcoin like a slot machine, while ignoring their credit card debt that's charging them 22% interest. The math doesn't work. It's like pouring water into a container while someone's draining it from the bottom twice as fast. Want to know something wild? A third of Americans have zero emergency savings. The typical person who does have savings, they've got around $500 set aside. That won't cover most people's monthly car payment. But these same folks are asking me which growth stocks to buy. It's like asking whether you should buy a Ferrari when you don't even have enough money to fix the transmission in your current car. Look, there's a specific sequence for deploying your money that'll save you massive amounts over time and speed up your path to actual financial security. Most people skip straight past the foundation because it feels slow and unglamorous compared to watching stock tickers. Today, I'm showing you the exact sequence step by step to maximize what you keep while protecting against what could go wrong. My name is Ivan, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, optimal investment strategies, and why most people seem determined to do everything in the wrong order when it comes to building wealth. If you actually want to understand the proper sequence for investing your money instead of just throwing dollars at whatever sounds exciting, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it ends up saving you from some expensive mistakes. Before we jump into the steps, understand why sequence matters so much. Think about your smartphone. You wouldn't buy expensive apps and premium subscriptions if your phone has a cracked screen and dying battery that shuts off randomly. You'd fix the core problems first. That's exactly how most people approach their money, spending on premium features while the core infrastructure is falling apart. The cost of getting this sequence wrong compounds fast. Every month you're sitting on high interest debt while investing means your debt grows faster than your investments. Every paycheck where you skip the employer match is like declining free money. Every year you leave tax advantage space empty is growth you'll never get back. Step 1. Build your emergency fund. This is your financial shock absorber. Not exciting, won't make you wealthy, but it's what keeps everything else from collapsing. You need 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high yield savings account. Not invested, not in anything that fluctuates. Money you can access in 24 hours without penalties or waiting periods. Here's why this comes before investing anything. Without this buffer, every unexpected expense turns into a crisis that pushes you further into debt. The water heater fails, you're charging it on your credit card. Laptop dies right before a deadline, more debt for you. You're stuck in this cycle of constantly moving backwards. And it's impossible to build any real forward momentum when you're always in reaction mode, scrambling to cover the next emergency. Having this fund changes how your brain works around money. You stop operating from scarcity. That one emergency away from broke feeling disappears. You can think clearly about the money coming in because you're not one problem away from financial chaos. If you have a stable government job with great benefits, then maybe 3 months might be enough for you. But if you are a freelancer or your industry swings wildly, then you might want to stick closer to 6 months of expenses saved up or more. So my advice is to first save up $1,000. This covers most minor emergencies that happen. Once that's done, you can build it up slowly to 3 months. This breaks down an overwhelming goal into manageable chunks. You can put your fund in high yield savings accounts, which are currently around 4 to 5%. Not wealth building returns, but that's not the point. This money's job is to be boring and reliable. Don't try to skip this. You can't build anything lasting when you're constantly in survival mode. Step 2. Eliminate high interest debt. If you're carrying high interest debt, you're working against yourself. Anything charging you above 7% needs to disappear before you invest a dollar anywhere. Let's look at real numbers. Say you've got $5,000 on a card at 22% interest, you're paying $150 monthly. That debt takes over 4 years to clear and you'll hand the bank roughly $3,000 in pure interest. That's money you'll never see again. Here's why this step is non-negotiable. Clearing 22% debt gives you a guaranteed 22% return. Find me any investment that promises that without risk. It doesn't exist. So putting money into investments while carrying this debt is mathematically broken. Now, I'm specifically talking about high interest debt, mortgages at 3.5% or federal student loans at 4%. Those are low enough that investing could make sense instead. But store cards and standard credit cards running 18 to 25%, kill those first. Go after your highest rate first, mathematically optimal, or pay your smallest balance first if you need that psychological momentum. Both work. Just commit to one approach. Beyond pure math, high interest debt messes with your mental state. It creates background stress that affects everything else. Getting rid of it creates clarity. Write down every debt with its rate. Focus all extra money on the highest rate, cut expenses, Pick up extra work if needed. Clear this before moving forward. Step 3. Get your employer match. Now we start investing, and this step is mandatory because it's the closest thing to free money you'll ever see. If your employer matches contributions, you put in enough to get the full match before anything else. This is an instant 100% gain on your money. Nothing else comes close. Here's how it typically works. Your company might match half of what you put in, up to 6% of your salary, or they match dollar for dollar up to 3 or 4%. If you earn $60,000 and they match 4%. That's $2,400 annually just for participating, growing to roughly $227,000 over 30 years at 7% returns. About 25% of employees don't take full advantage of this. Over a career, that's potentially 6 figures you never captured. Don't make that mistake. At this stage, contribute only what gets you the full match. Don't max out your contributions yet. Better moves are coming. Just grab what's free, then keep going. Step 4. Now, we're moving to individual retirement accounts. Why does this come before maxing out your 401k? 3 reasons. Better investment options. Your 401k is limited to whatever your plan offers, but an IRA lets you pick any broker and any funds. Lower fees. 401k plans often have higher expense ratios. More control. You're not at the mercy of your employer's plan. You've got 2 choices, traditional or Roth. Traditional gives you a tax deduction now, but you pay taxes in retirement. Roth gives you no deduction now, but your withdrawals are completely tax-free forever. Badawi, general rule, Roth if you're young or in a lower tax bracket. Traditional if you're a high earner and need the deduction now. You can also split contributions if you can't decide. Here's the power of tax-free growth. Contributing $7,000 per year for 30 years at 7% return gives you $653,000 in a Roth IRA, completely tax-free. In a taxable account, maybe $480,000 after taxes. That's a $173,000 difference just from the tax treatment. For 2025, the IRA contribution limit is $7,000, with an additional $1,000 catch-up contribution if you're 50 or older for a total of $8,000. If your income is too high for a direct Roth contribution, look into the backdoor Roth strategy. Contribute to a traditional IRA non-deductible, then immediately convert to Roth. It's a loophole Congress hasn't closed yet. Max this out every year, it's $583 per month. Find it by cutting waste, side hustling, or redirecting money from paid off debt. Step 5. The health savings account is wildly underused, and that's leaving serious money on the table. This account has a triple tax advantage that doesn't exist anywhere else in the tax code. Your contributions are tax deductible. Growth is tax-free. Withdrawals for medical costs are tax-free. 3 separate tax benefits. Nothing else offers this. For 2025, limits are $4,300 for individuals or $8,550 for families. Employer contributions count toward these caps. Here's how wealthy people play this. They don't tap the HSA for everyday medical bills. They cover those expenses from regular cash flow if possible. They invest the HSA funds and let them compound for decades. They save every medical receipt. Then later, could be years or decades later, they can pull money out tax-free to reimburse themselves. Once you hit 65, you can withdraw for any purpose. Just pay regular income tax like a traditional IRA. But for medical expenses, still completely tax-free at any age. Run the numbers. Maxing the family contribution of $8,550 annually for 30 years at 7% returns gives you roughly $800,000. All accessible tax-free for healthcare costs. And medical expenses in retirement? Pretty much guaranteed. To qualify, you need a high deductible health plan. For 2025, that means at minimum a $1,650 deductible for individuals or $3,300 for families. Not everyone has access, but if you do, prioritize this before going back to max out your 401k. Step 6. Now we're back to the 401k. You already captured the employer match in step 3. Now you're maxing out the rest of the contribution limit. For 2025, you can contribute up to $2,300. If you're 50 to 59 or 64 plus, you can add a $7,500 catch-up contribution for a total of $31,000. If you're 60, 63, you get a special super catch-up of $11,250 for a total of $34,750. These are pre-tax contributions that reduce your taxable income immediately. If you're in the 24% tax bracket, a $2,500 contribution saves you $5,640 in taxes. That money then grows tax deferred for decades. Many plans now offer a Roth 401k option. post-tax contributions with tax-free growth. Consider this if you're young or expect higher taxes in the future. You can even split between traditional and Roth. Aim to save 15% of your gross income for retirement total. That includes your contributions plus your employer match. If you're making $100,000, that's $15,000 per year. This gets you to a comfortable retirement for high earners who've maxed everything. Look into the Mega Backdoor Roth. Some plans allow after-tax contributions beyond the $23,500 limit up to a total of $70,000, including employer contributions for 2025. You can then convert those after-tax dollars to Roth. Not every plan allows this, but if yours does, it's a powerful strategy. Step 7. Taxable investment accounts. Congratulations. If you've made it here, you've maxed out every tax advantage account available. You're in the top 5% of savers in America. Now, we finally get to taxable investment accounts. These accounts have no contribution limits, no withdrawal restrictions, and complete flexibility. You can access your money anytime without penalties, but you pay taxes on dividends and capital gains along the way. The tax drag is real. Over 30 years, the difference between tax advantage and taxable can be massive. Investing $10,000 annually for 30 years at 7% return gives you about $944,000 in a tax advantage account. In a taxable account with taxes on dividends and gains, maybe $700,000. That's $244,000 lost to taxes. But taxable accounts become valuable once you've maximized everything else. They offer complete flexibility. Need money for a house down payment in 5 years? No problem. Want to retire early before you can access retirement accounts? Taxable accounts give you bridge funding. Planning to leave money to your kids? Taxable accounts get a step up in basis when you die, which can eliminate capital gains taxes entirely. Keep it simple here. Broad market index funds, total US stock market, total international. Avoid frequent trading. Hold investments longer to get long-term capital gains rates. Don't get fancy with individual stocks, options, or crypto speculation unless you really know what you're doing. This is where most people make expensive mistakes because they think having access to every investment under the sun makes them smarter. It doesn't. Boring index funds win over time. The beautiful thing about this order is that it's not complicated or sexy. It won't make good social media content, but it works. It's boring, and boring wins in personal finance. Most people want to skip to the fun stuff and just want excitement. But wealth isn't built through excitement. It's built through consistent, intelligent choices that compound over decades. Trust me, your future self will thank you for doing the boring stuff first.